I now call this meeting to order for this Thursday, May 8th, 2014, here in the Black and Gold Room. First up, would Administrative Assistant Rachel Wary please call roll?
Senator Archer, Senator Arnberger, Senator Bicker, Senator Cooper, Senator Davis, Senator DeVore, Senator Gonzalez, Senator Gress, Senator Hand, Senator Hill, Senator Klein, Senator Lawrence, Senator Lewis, Senator Linder, Senator Melvin, Senator Motor, Senator Morgan, Senator Patel, Senator Powers, Senator Rogers, Senator Reyes, Senator Roscoe, Senator Smallback, and Senator Yunker.
All right, just real quick on the agenda, there is no resolution 14S104. Sorry, I got carried away and out of that by mistake, so just go ahead and draw a line through that. Up next we have the president of Fort Hays State University, Dr. Hammond. So please give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here and to have a chance to look out at people who stole my dessert and ate my cheesecake and my dance partner, and we'll just leave it at that. There are a number of things that I want to go over with you tonight that I normally do at the end of the school year. So to accomplish that, let me start with talking about tuition, because that's the primary reason we're here. And then we'll talk about fees and some other things tied to the budget that will impact students as well. On tuition, as you can see from the handout that you received, or that's coming around, the recommendation that I'll be making to the Kansas Board of Regents next week, assuming you all are accepting of this, is that the tuition at Fort Hays will go up 2.68%, or $3. It will go from 112 to 115. That will be the lowest percentage increase of the 6 region schools, the lowest dollar increase of the 3 region schools, as far as I know right now anyway, the documents I've seen to date, and continue to position us as the best buy in higher education, not only in the state but in the region. That low tuition increase is made possible by a number of things, but probably the most significant was the implementation of our wind project. 80% of all of the electricity that we've been using in December, January, February, March, don't have April's final figures yet, but 80% of all the electricity we've been using, we've been producing ourselves. And that will produce somewhere between $750 and $1,000 and $1 million savings, which then permits us to not have to raise tuition as much as some of the other schools in the region system. So I want you to understand not only what we're recommending, but why we're able to do that. The tuition increase for the graduate resident would also be 2.68%, and for the undergraduate non-resident and the undergraduate and the graduate non-resident are all 2.68%. When you look at the fees side of it, you turn to the bottom of the second page, you will see that the fees that I'm recommending may be a little bit different than what you had recommended to me. You had recommended, first of all, the creation of what you call a fund, F-U-N-N fee of $1, and my recommendation is to implement your recommendation to me. The student government works in a collaborative arrangement with the president. You recommend, and I have to submit to the board, but I'm submitting your recommendation. You also recommended to me in your Senate Bill 13F-108 the creation of an ACE fund and of $1.20 that you'll see is also my recommendation. Your third recommendation was that the student activity fee be reduced by $2. And you will notice on the recommendation to the board that it's reduced by $1.90. And I'll explain why that is the case, which is a 34% decline or reduction in that student activity fee. The reason why it's $1.90 is that I didn't submit your recommendation. I vetoed your recommendation of the third part of your Senate Bill 13-108, which was to eliminate the policy that would average inflationary increase be applied to all of the fees. And I'll explain why I vetoed that in a second. But if you take the student activity fee and you cut it $2 but add back the hippie increase, that's why you only go down $1.90, because the difference between $2 reduction and the $1.90 is the hippie increase. Now, the reason why I chose not to implement that recommendation has to do with the third item that I want to talk to you about, and that is I am building into the budget a $1 increase in all student wages, so that the minimum wage on campus will go from $7.25 to $8.25. We haven't raised the minimum wage for a number of years. The students I know have indicated that they would be supportive of increasing their wages. Surprise. But if you do that, and you look at all of the accounts that are listed at the bottom of page 2, if we didn't adopt the HEPI increase, the Higher Education Price Index increase for those, you would have to significantly reduce the number of hours worked that the students would be working when they're paid from those fees. By including the HEPI increase, it gives them a little bit of more resources to work students the same number of hours or closer to the same number of hours. So that's the reason why I have vetoed that part of your recommendation, and I'm recommending to the board the other parts of your recommendation of Senate Bill 13F-108. So why don't I stop there and see if you have any questions? Okay. It's been a pleasure to work with the student government leadership again this year, and I look forward to coming back and visiting you just as a faculty member in the future to maybe dance or raise hell with you. We'll have to see how it goes, okay? I hear that some people in the room need dance lessons. Right, Aaron? Okay, thank you very much.
I'm going to miss you, Dr. Hammond. That will move us into executive reports for the evening, starting off with President Roberts.
Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are preparing for finals and getting yourselves ready to go on that. Just follow up on what Dr. Hammond had said on that. We will have to take a look, especially next year, as far as the allocations and the funding, because over 20% of the allocations funding that you guys have approved this past time is student wages. So that will have a significant impact on the dollar amounts of how we allocate those funds. And I will say that next year there's going to be some lower hours that were originally approved because the dollar amount increase, except for those of stipends. So for instance, the SGA members will still be working quite a few SGA executive staff members still be working based on the stipend and the base number of hours, even though the wages went up in total. Just want to let you guys all know that. And we'll address that in next year's Senate. Now, over this past week, I've had time to contemplate the future direction of SGA and also my personal life. You're all aware of the events that have occurred over the past weeks, and I apologize for any unintentional attention that may have been brought to the association. The decisions I make in my personal life are my own. Unfortunately, my attorney has advised me that I cannot go into detail about any decision with that because it would impede his ability to represent me to resolve these matters. The ultimate goal for attending a university is to earn a degree. And I've had to weigh whether these distractions have impeded my ability to obtain this goal. I believe they have in some ways, to be honest. I'm not doing the greatest in my classes as I should be, but I'm addressing that and those matters. After much thought, I have decided that the best option moving forward for myself, SGA, and the students is to remain in office. However, to take the necessary steps to ensure my personal well-being is up to par to continue as president, I will be taking an indefinite leave of absence beginning my next term. I will not be sworn in with Vice President-elect Powers at this coming part until the fall. In the fall, I will meet with Vice President-elect Powers and the interim executive staff to determine if I am fit to resume my administrative duties. Due to my personal matters, I have taken it upon myself to utilize the Kelly Center for an evaluation to determine my next steps to ensure my personal well-being. The Kelly Center is an excellent resource for any student facing challenges in their academic and personal lives, and I'd recommend it for anyone facing any sort of challenges. The decision comes after much discussion with students and Senate members. The overall feel from students is one of understanding that I am a student first. And as students, we are all still learning. Resignation would be a decision that is too hasty at this time. Part of this learning process is realizing we need to take a step back and fully analyze the situation. I intend to let the necessary disciplinary procedures play out, and I want to thank everyone for their support throughout the year. Thank you.
Well, now I'm up. This week has been a lot of, just like President Roberts said, focusing on grades, making sure I finish strong here. I've been spending many hours in the office late at night, making sure I have all these classes all figured out, and so that when finals come up next week, I'm just ready to go and study instead of type and study. So I do have a little bit of bad news for you all. We have a little bit of unfinished business left, and so, well, a week from today, we will officially be having our last meeting. So that will be that. Go ahead and email me. Well, I'll set up some sort of document so you guys can click which time works best for you, and we'll arrange something. Expect something in your mailbox, and we'll move on from there. Outside of that, good luck on your finals, everyone. If you need a quiet place to study at night, please just let me know, and I can let you into the building, down into the student government office, where you can go ahead and work away, study, and do your papers without being bothered. So, thank you, everyone, and Up next, we have Campus Relations Director Carolyn Campbell.
Okay, I'm going to try to keep myself composed because this is my last meeting. I'm going to try to keep it short because I really don't want to go on and on. I've been in this organization for almost 3 years. And I can honestly say that I really don't think I would be where I am today if it hadn't been for this organization. Additionally, this has been my favorite group, and I'm not even kidding. I'm not just saying that because you're sitting here. This has been my favorite group of senators and executive staff. I appreciate and respect each and every one of you. I appreciate the work that you've all put into this organization. No matter how long you've been here, everybody's had an impact. And I think that no matter what happens in the future, I have complete faith that this Senate will carry this organization to where it needs to be. So with that, I'm going to end my final executive report, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I want to wish everybody luck on their finals. Thank you.
All right, Legislative Affairs Director Matthew Whitmore.
Well, similar to Carolyn's, although not eloquently as put, I just want to thank you guys for all the work you've done and the effort you've put in and the changes you've made on campus. And it's really been great, working with you guys this year and seeing you all grow. And I'm really excited to come back in the future and see the changes that you guys have made, not only here on campus, but in your own lives as well, once you graduate and go on. And it's just been really great getting to know each and every one of you. And so for that, I want to give you guys a round of applause.
Way to mix it up there, Legislative Affairs Director. Administrative Assistant Rachel Waring.
Simple is 10, 2/3 is 12, and we have 18 attendees this evening. I just wanted to wish you guys all a happy summer, and I look forward to seeing everything that you do next year, and I know you will do great things. I have total faith in all of you, and I'm so proud of everyone.
Treasurer Taylor, come on up.
Yeah, I'm just going to echo what everyone's been saying tonight. This year I really enjoyed being treasurer for you all. I can take away a lot from this experience. It's everything that's went on this year. It's been fun working with the student organizations, the faculty and staff, especially Kayleen and Sandy up in finance. We're BFFs now up there. And then, like I said, I want to thank you guys for all your hard work. You've accomplished a lot, and you should really be proud of that. Especially everyone that's sitting up here with me, because they're always there with me going through everything. I'm going to miss seeing you guys next year on campus, so thank you guys. You've been a great team, and I hope everyone has a good summer and good luck on your finals. Thank you.
And Public Relations Director Noel Hoosman.
Hi everybody. I want to start off my report with talking about the newsletter. I did finish the newsletter this week, and I had a couple copies up here, and I also have just uploaded it to the Facebook and Twitter on our website, because I don't like printing off a large amount of copies. So you can totally check it out on there, and we just kind of have a lot of articles, pictures, summaries of what you guys have done this year, pretty much just showing off what we've done, and we have done a lot this year, and I totally think that we are the most improved student organization on campus. And I just wanted to thank all of you for welcoming me into your organization this year. I've had a lot of fun, and we've done a lot of great work. So thank you, and good luck on your finals.
All right, now we'll move us into yearly committee reports for the evening. Just go ahead and chairs talk about what you guys have done this year and what you've accomplished. And so we'll start off with Senator Davis and appropriations.
Well, I wrote a little thing, so the fall started out pretty slow. We didn't have many requests, but the spring really speeded up, and we had quite a few back-to-back, and we handled it fairly smoothly. Things went pretty well. the committee, this year we worked on a list of questions to ask to be more thorough with the hearing process to make sure we get as much information before we just release funds to anyone. And then we also brainstormed a few ideas for guidelines with the new fund that'll be available for learning communities to go on large trips. Then also I just wanted to thank all the members of the Appropriations Committee for working hard. Thank you.
Senator Ferris, Senator Lawrence.
This semester and I guess this whole year, we have worked on, we get applications from people who want to apply for Senate if there's open seats, and we put them through the interview process. And so the people who have came on to Senate through that process, thank you for applying for SGA. We're glad to have you on board. Another thing we do is we work on the bylaw and constitution changes. Our constitutions have passed. One of the big things in our bylaw changes tonight is the CAMS and freshman election this fall. And so I feel like that's going to be a big new experience that hopefully will go well. So again, I just want to thank my committee for all the hard work that they've put in this year. So thank you guys.
Student Affairs and Senator Powers.
My committee, we first started out working on the honor code, and then we decided with finals approaching, we really needed to figure out what we were going to do about the library, because that was a really big problem we were hearing from the students. So that was something that we took on, and a lot of you guys helped us, and you saw us every night doing the raffle, getting different donations so that we could raffle off things. So it was a really big process, and we were there till 2 a.m. I now know the entire library staff really well, so that's good. So it ended up working out well. As you know, the hours are now extended, so that was a big thing that we took on. Since then, my committee has kind of been dispersed within other committees, such as Elections Committee or Allocations Committee. So while that was happening, the remainder of our committee, which was like 2 people, they actually came up with a bill from the honor code ideas we kind of had, and that's been through. So even though we were small but mighty, and we got a lot of different things done this year. So, and side note, my committee also has a resolution up for first reading tonight.
Okay. Legislative and Political Action Committee. Actually, I'd like to have Legislative Affairs Director Matthew Whitmore give the report.
All right, well, that committee, like the name suggests, focuses on the legislature and political action. And so the biggest things, yeah, I know, surprise. The biggest things are Higher Education Day and then Tiger Day, which will hopefully be continued. Hint, hint. For those of you that attended, thank you. For those of you who didn't, do it next year. It's awesome. It's a great time. You can ask anybody who went. Everybody has fun, and it's an awesome experience all the way around. It's a great learning experience, too, and it lets you see our capital. I'd never gone before I went to Higher Ed Day 2 years ago, and it was a really great experience. Other than that, we also focus on the review of student fees and whether or not they need changed at all, and we get to do the hearings, bring people in, and kind of talk to them and see what the student money is actually being applied to and how that money is being used. So, it's a good committee.
I'd also like to thank Senator Holly Weiss, who's at home sick tonight. So, and that will finally take us to Community Relations and Programming Committee, our brand new committee this year with Senator Reyes.
Hi everyone. My committee was new this year, and I think we did an awesome job, and I'm so proud of everybody that was in it because we had so much fun, and I think we all became really close, really good friends. So I don't know what I was expecting, but that's not what I was expecting, so I'm really glad for what happened with it. We started with a water festival with the City of Hayes. We did the Rules of Rent. We partnered with a few other organizations, and we did the big event, and so I'm not sure. I think we got leadway into do whatever you would like. And I think we did a pretty good job, so I'm really proud of it, and I'm so glad I was able to be a part of it.
All right. I can honestly say that during the first year of this committee's inception, you guys did a fantastic job in various, tons of ways. So, nice job. So that concludes our committee reports. We'll move on to open forum for the evening. Do you have any items for open forum? All right. Seeing none. That will move us into new business, for which we'll start off with Bill 14S-122. Yes, Mr. President. Yeah, of course.
the open time slot on the agenda, I just wanted to thank student government for a great year. You've done an outstanding job, and you know, and Chris has been an amazing representative for you in Topeka and with the Board of Regents, and I just wanted to publicly acknowledge the work that he has done on behalf of the students at Fort Hays State. I also fully respect his decision to not be sworn in and not pursue this right now while he concentrates on something more important, and that is getting his degree. He and I have a deal. I'm going to come out of retirement to give him his degree, but he has to get there. So that is his #1 priority moving forward. And Aaron, I look forward to introducing you and the Board of Regents this summer at the June meeting because we have to have a student representative, and so you'll be the person that we will introduce at the Board of Regents as our CEO for student government for the time being. So I look forward to doing that, and I really respect what Chris's his decision is at this time. Thank you.
Senator Reyes.
We did win a homecoming award and best improved organization award. So that's good.
Shut down.
So, you know, we'll go ahead and give yourselves a big old pat on the back there. A round of applause. We have any other items for discussion on that topic? Seeing none, do we have any other items for open forum this evening? All right, seeing none. That will move us into new business. I'm not mistaken this time, right? Starting off with Bill 14S-122, originally presented by Office of the President, whereas the Office of the President, in a manner in accordance with established procedure, has considered a request for utilization of funds from the Safety Awareness Student Fee Account, and noting that the request has been deemed suitable with regard to constitutional mandates and committee guidelines. Therefore, be it resolved by 2/3 vote of the Student Senate and the signature of the Student Body President that Gay Straight Alliance, GSA, received $2,000 from the Safety and Awareness Fund. Honorarium, $2,000.
Can I provide a point of information real quick on this so everyone understands? The Senate hasn't directly, well, Appropriations Committee did not directly lay out the procedures of how this would go. And at the allocations meeting, if you guys remember back on those honorariums that were cut all the way straight across the board, and I said, well, this would qualify under the safety awareness fee, and Dr. Hammond had approved the control about how those funds work and everything a while back, and this is a great chance to finally begin utilizing that account. And so we actually have a representative from Gay Straight Alliance here to re-explain the honorarium, and pretty much just like to do the hearing now, hear her case and decide whether it's feasible to use these funds for that request or not, considering we did not approve it during allocations. I'd rather use these funds, and I think it's deemed directly suitable to what the mission of this fund was directly used for, and the type of thing that we need to begin getting started here on campus if students have great ideas to improve safety and awareness in any shape and form. So I just really appreciate emergency business. So the representative can come up, explain it, you guys can ask questions about it, and really find out how this request will benefit safety and awareness for students.
Senator Davis.
Move the bill to emergency business.
Have a second. Second by Senator Gonzalez. All in favor of moving the bill to emergency business, please say aye. Opposed? And abstentions. All right, we now discussion of the bill. Senator Davis.
Have a representative from GSA come up and give the details.
Hello, my name is Quincy Rails. I am the 2014 through 2015 GSA president. I am here to ask for the $2,000 honorarium for Rob Smith. He is an openly gay Iraqi war veteran, journalist, lecturer, and activist who has served 5 years in the U.S. Army and was a very large part of repealing the Don't Ask, Don't Tell laws in the U.S. military. And we feel that bringing him onto campus would not only benefit our organization, but we also feel that having him come and speak to the students would benefit all organizations. He does not only support the LGBT community or the Black community, but communities of all races and creeds and religions, because he has experienced discrimination in many aspects of his life. And we feel that bringing him here would benefit everyone. And to do so, we would need this extra honorarium to pay him to be here. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Any questions or comments for Representative? Senator Han.
What is the total cost of the event going to be? His total honorarium is $4,500 with hotel, travels, and meals totaling approximately $1,000, approximately $1,500 total, give or take, for not exact amounts. We have already looked into this and talked to his managing staff, and this is the accurate amount for his honorarium.
Any further comments or questions for the representative? Senator Davis?
If passed, if you would know, what time next year would he be on campus to give a presentation? Or
we'd like to have him here in the spring. We usually try to spread out our events and our speakers throughout the year so that we can better prepare. We'd like to partner with several different organizations on campus. Hopefully BSU would like to partner with us to make this organization or this event happen a little more efficiently. Since we are transitioning into new government staff, we want to give ourselves some time to prepare for his coming here. So,
Senator Powers, I believe, is next in the speaking order. Okay. Senator Roscoe?
To these other organizations about gathering funds or maybe partnership with the funds that you guys have received through allocations?
No, we have not at this time because we were unaware if we would be able to procure such funds on our own. We want to make sure that we can back the things that we want to do before we start asking other organizations to put funds in from their already pre-placed funds into our events as well. We have had several situations where we were not able to rely on other organizations to come forward with the funds to help with our events. So we want to make sure that we ourselves have the proper amount of funds for it.
Okay. Senator Davis?
I move to pass by a direct vote.
Is there a second? Second by Senator Rogers. All those in favor of passing Bill 14S-122, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? And abstentions. Bill passes.
Thank you very much.
Now we'll move us on to Resolution 14S-103, originated and presented by Student Affairs Committee, whereas the Student Government Association of Fort Hays State University is eternally grateful for the leadership of Dr. Edward Heyman, realizing that since 1987 he has been a valuable asset to the FHSU community. Also realize that his dedication to Fort Hays State University has been unwavering and his leadership is irreplaceable. Noting that on June 30th, his official role as FHSU's president will come to an end. Therefore, be it resolved by a majority vote of the Student Senate and the signature of the Student Body President that the students of Fort Hays State University commend President Edward Hammond on his hard work and enthusiasm throughout the duration of his time here and wish to congratulate him on his retirement. So, I have a motion. Senator Powers?
That resolution number 14S-103 be moved to emergency business.
Is there a second? Second by Senator Davis. All those in favor of moving Resolution 14S-103 emergency business, please say aye. Opposed and abstentions? Seeing none. Wow, some guts right there. All right, now discussion on the bill. Senator Han, would you like to take a stab at this?
Yes, please. I'd like to move resolution number 14S-103 to a direct vote.
Is there a second for a direct vote? Senator Rogers? All those in favor of passing bill, or moving to a direct vote, please say aye. All right. I think that was unanimous. All those in favor of passing Bill 14S, Resolution 14S-103, please raise your placards high. I believe that's unanimous as well. So, Resolution 14S-103 passes. Thank you, Dr. Moore. That will move us on to whole business for the evening, starting off with Bill 14S-121, bylaw revisions. Do I have a motion to consider this bill? All right. Seeing none. I guess Bill's not up for Senator Lawrence. Okay, do I have a second to consider the bill? All right, Stephanie Gress. We're now in discussion of Bill 14S-121. Pause a moment because that was a big, long document for me to read. So, do we have any items for discussion or comments or proposed amendments? Yeah. At this point, actually, the chair would like to move for a 5-minute recess. The time on my phone right now is 7:36. We will adjourn when it says 7:41. Recess in motion. would like to make to the old business on Bill 14S121? Everyone, go ahead and take your seats. Time is now over for recess. So, that being said, do I have any amendments or otherwise? Senator Gonzalez.
I move to amend Bill number 14S121 to read to fill in instead of to in the fill on Article 5, Section 502D.
All right. Which page of the document was that? Could you state which article again?
Yeah, Article 5, Senate Affairs Committee, 502D.
502B. D. As in dog.
Yes.
Okay. What would you like it to read?
To fill in the vacated seats instead of to in the fill.
Instead of to in the fill vacated seats?
To fill in the...
It'll be to fill in is a proposed amendment. Do I have a second on the amendment? Second by Senator Klein. All those in favor, is there any discussion on the amendment? All those in favor of the proposed amendment, please say aye. Any objections or abstentions? Seeing none, the amendment has been added. Is there any further amendments to Bill 14S121? All right. Seeing none at this time, Senator Davis? The amendment has been added to the bill. Okay. Do you have any further items for Bill 14S121? Seeing none. Okay. All those in favor of passing Bill 14S121 with the amendment provided in Article 5, Section D, please say aye. Have any opposed? Abstentions? Yes?
The passing of this bill with rights.
Can you speak up, please?
The reason I object is because I do think this is a really great foundation, and I know all you guys on that committee worked really hard, and I applaud you for that. But with that as well, I think there's parts that are quite obscure, especially if you compare it to our Constitution, where it talks about like the social media and the like criminal law and that kind of thing. It already talks about that in our Constitution, and this kind of contradicts that, and it's kind of not specific enough. And I think we need to review this again, because I think once we get this done, we shouldn't have to go through this every single year. And I think this is going to be something we might have to go over again next year. So I would rather we get a good foundation laid, and that's why I vote no against this bill.
Okay. I will just remind the Senate that in order to reverse a vote, you need to have one of the members of the voting party ask for a revote of the bill, and in a second, a 2/3 vote of the Senate. So, do I have any such motion? Senator Morgan.
For a revote.
Okay, have a second. Second by Senator Roscoe. Is there any further discussion on reconsidering the bill? All right, seeing none. All those in favor of passing Bill 14S121, please say aye. This is to pass the bill. Actually, go ahead and raise your placards if you'd like to pass this bill. Okay. Okay. It is a simple majority to pass the bill. So, Bill 14S121 has been passed. Also this evening, pardon me, it did not achieve two-thirds vote of the Student Senate, which is what is required. Thank you, Legislative Affairs Director, for pointing that out to me. My brain is fried, needless to say. The bill does not pass. Before we get on to announcements for this evening, I'd first like to invite Chief Justice Hightower up here to conduct the swearing in of Vice President-elect Aaron Powers. So please come on up, take on over, and give me 1 second here.
So all you have to do is repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Aaron Powers,
Do hereby pledge
do hereby pledge
to fulfill the duties and responsibilities
to fulfill the duties and responsibilities
of the office of Vice President
of the Office of Vice President
of the Student Government Association
of the Student Government Association
at Fort Hays State University,
at Fort Hays State University,
and to support the Constitution
and to support the Constitution
of the Student Government Association.
of the Student Government Association.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief Justice, for coming on up here. And we have a ceremonial tradition that has been started that, our Public Relations Director, Noah Hoosman, will be retrieving and bringing up here in a moment. So in the meantime, I will move us on to some further announcements that we might have this evening. Senator Han.
I want to thank everybody on the Senate for their help with the American Democracy Project events this year. You guys were pretty awesome about that because we do ask for a lot of help from you guys, and that's just because we know we need the manpower and we know that everybody here has similar interests in that regard. So whether it be voter registration, working a table for Political Engagement Week, or helping us come up with the awesome poster and theme, especially Legislative Affairs Director Whitmore, because he was awesome with all that stuff. I just want to thank you on behalf of myself and Morgan and the Center for Civic Leadership. So,
Campus Relations Director, Kaylin Campbell.
Following the graduation ceremony next Saturday, I am having a party at the Alpha Gamma Delta House, and you're all invited. It is from 1 to 4, and there will be free food and non-alcoholic beverages. Everybody's invited. There will be an invitation available for you to get details in the SGA office all next week. Thanks.
Also, I'd like to make an announcement. I apologize when I misspoke earlier and told you all we'd have a meeting next Thursday. Psych, got you good. So look on your faces was priceless. Senator Cooper. It's okay to laugh. I thought it was funny. Go ahead, Senator Cooper.
All right. Last summer, I kind of took some initiative to try to get some people together, try to go out and do weekly volleyball stuff, just so in the interest of trying to keep a social network going on throughout the summer so that students can stay in contact with each other. This summer, I kind of want to take that idea, go a little bit further. I'm going to be creating a Facebook page, basically sign up on the thing if you want to stay in touch with some people in town, if you want to make some new friends, meet some new people, get on the page, say, hey, I'm going to go out, I'm going to go disc golf, or I want to go play sand volleyball, who's up for this, or whatever ideas that you guys might have. So if you're interested in getting on the page, you can find me on Facebook, let me know, and I'll get you added. If you have anybody else that you know of that would be interested in being on the page, feel free to add them. Yeah. If you got any questions, ask me later.
All right. Also, I have to announce on top of Senator Cooper's announcement there, you guys will be fighting for second place because I plan on winning first place in that tournament. So, oh, wait, I'm sorry, I missed something there. Again, my brain is absolutely fried. Senator Roscoe, go ahead.
I just want to say thank you to the entire Senate for your hard work and dedication this entire academic year. I didn't know what I was really getting myself into when I ran last semester or last spring for Senate, but it's truly been beneficial and it's been a great opportunity, and I've had to step back the last couple of weeks due to some other things that I need to take care of, and you guys have been completely supportive, and I really appreciate that from you also. Thank you for being dedicated to what you're here for.
All right, any further announcements? I do have one myself. First off, I thought Senator Cooper was talking about fantasy football. I don't know where that idea came into play. It just came completely out of, well, like I said, my brain is fried. So that being said, Public Relations Director Hoosman has got the tradition, well, traditional Pat. So, Senator Powers, I'd like to, well, come on up and I'll give you the batch spiel here that I've written. All right, you just have the keys right there. As many of you may or may not know, well, so some of you may or may not know that every year since I think 06, 07 is the oldest date I can find on here. So someone encouraged the, was it Dr. Mason or some other? No? The tradition of the bat.
The reason there's a baseball bat is because.
The reason there's a baseball bat is because, just to honor down and pass down the legacy that the president has the ball, the vice president has the bat. As many of you know, also I'm an avid baseball fan, and so I have quite a lot to say, but I'll keep it short for my brain's sake, as we can all tell. It's Friday. With the bat, you have to understand your place in the order, whether it's first, second, third, or fourth. If you guys don't know any of these baseball references, just ask me later, and I would be more than happy to talk about 8 hours to you about baseball. That's, up to you. Everyone wants to hit a home run, but often what wins the baseball game is getting more runs than the other team, as Yogi Berra famously once said. Sometimes that's 1, sometimes it's 4, and it just really varies. The point is, though, through teamwork, dedication, and leadership, you know when to sacrifice yourself in a bunt, in a fly ball, or just while you're running the bases after you've gotten on board. You know when to take a walk, because you know the discipline and the dedication it takes to have a good eye. And you don't commit the ultimate sin and strike out looking. Everyone out here you represent, you stand in the batter's box with the bat, and whether they're on base in the dugout, you hold the furthering success in your hands. Because in baseball, there's no shot clock. You get 27 outs. You look up the record times of games, and it's pretty remarkable. As long as you keep swinging, as long as you keep hitting, you get to stand in that box, and whether it be defending the balls that the president has, or it be defending your teammates in the dugout and just lasting for one more pitch. So I love the sport, I love this university, and I'll sign the thing now and hand it off to Vice President Powers for next year. So.
Make sure he spells his name right.
Okay.
I really don't know if I can.
Oh, I got the back. No one's hitting me. Yay. All right.
There are two parts to this tradition. I had Vice President T-Vault lay out for the bat, and as he said, there's baseball. Now, I don't have the baseball here, and I'm not going to pass it on myself. However, I'm going to tell you a story about that. But the baseball represents many things. Sometimes you're the pitcher, the one that has to come up with the grand plan and scheme. However, you have to have someone who's willing to go up to bat for you and stand the ground with you and make the sacrifices and take the beatings with you. Vice President T-Vault has done that all year. He has been one of the most dedicated to the students that I have seen over my tenure here. He's very humble, and he will not admit it. But I can tell you, you are one of the best individuals, not just vice president, not just a student, individual I've ever met. And I'm just lucky enough to call you a friend, as a colleague, and I appreciate everything you've done working with me, and nothing that we've been able to do could have been started without you. So, thank you so much.
Dang it, I'm already crying. I was just gonna, as I said in my email earlier this week, and I'll stay true to it and won't pull that mean joke on you. This is, in fact, my last time sitting before you as your vice president. I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity to lead you, and thanks for sticking through even when my brain gets fried and I don't even know what I'm talking about. So I love each and every single one of you. I love this university and I love this organization. I'll do anything I can to help you guys further, as you guys have helped me with my own personal growth. And I just love every single one of you. So thank you for your time. That's it. What? With that being said, I will now let Aaron entertain, or Vice President Powers entertain the motion to adjourn, if you would like to do so.
Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
It's not easy, is it?
Senator Gonzalez, seconded by Reed T-Vault. I consider this motion, what? All those in favor? Say aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? I now declare this meeting closed.